Radio everyone, hello again, Dark3 here with this time the EA recap from E3. Now, this time my notes are a lot longer. I've taken up more than this little tiny piece of space, but I can't really tell you everything about my notes because my notes have some pretty stupid comments. Yes, they do, although I will end up having to post these because some of them are pretty good. So, EA introduced us by using dubstep. Yep, and then saying something about games coming up on the Xbox One and the PS4. Now, they didn't mention anything about PC, but I'm assuming that half the games I'm going to be talking about in this, we are going to be seeing on PC because they're going to be driving a huge stake in their market if they don't do that. So first off, we thought we had Battlefield 4 to begin with. We were honestly expecting that, and then we were quite pleasantly surprised by Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Now, they honestly made us think it was going to be Battlefield, and then they sprung it on us. It's basically a third-person tower defense game. Think Sanctum, but in third person, and with the plants from Plants vs. Zombies and a couple new ones. So it makes it up a little bit. And then, just to make us go, what? We've got a disco zombie as one of the first bosses, a garlic drone which fires like machine guns at things, and a corn strike which is like an artillery bomb. That's insane. Peggle 2 was shown. Well, they didn't really show us anything. They said this is Peggle 2, woo, and the guy who announced it was actually more excited than the crowd. Peggle 2, I'm looking forward to it. You know, Peggle. Yeah, Peggle. Titanfall, we got a quick look into the meet the developers. So they kind of want something unique, and they thought that the Titan versus Titan could be by itself, the Pilot versus Pilot could be by itself, but the thing they were really interested in seeing was the Pilot versus Titan gameplay, and it looks like they're actually bringing an interesting form of combat there, and they're wanting to combine single player and multiplayer, and that's going to be an interesting thing if they can do that. Like, I think Brink tried it and it did quite well, but if these guys can do it better than Brink did, they're set, they're golden. Then Battlefield, no Battlefield 4. It was this time Star Wars Battlefront, and actually the crowd went nuts, and so did I, so did Twitter, and so did most of the people I was talking to at the same time. So Battlefield, everyone looks excited by that. Hopefully with the Crytek one, I'll also scream in excitement when we announce Time Splitters, but that's a different thing entirely. Then they announced Need for Speed Rivals. See, I'm actually doing this in chronological order because I have notes this time. Need for Speed Rivals, Cop vs Racers, and they're trying to revolutionise the online gaming market by allowing you to start in a single player race and then end it in a multiplayer race by having your race and another person's race kind of mingle. So you're on your race, they're in their race, and suddenly away you go. It's interesting. They had some guy called Aaron Paul, a guy who's unfortunate enough to have two first names, and he did something about the Need for Speed movie they're making. I haven't heard much about it, but I don't really care. It's Need for Speed, I don't really pay much attention to it. Looks good though, you know, I'm probably not going to play it, but Dragon Age Inquisition, it didn't look amazing, I'll be honest. It's Dragon Age, probably going to be okay, but it's not looking amazing. They had Morgan introducing it all, so we'll see. What else did we have? We then had EA Sports. Now, I'll be frank, I basically fell asleep in this because EA Sports gamers, we're kind of in two different points here, but let's give you a quick rundown. They started off by showing us how games used to look and how they look now in pre-rendered cutscenes because that's all EA knows how to do. I'm just going to read this down. I'm not going to try and be entertaining because it's bloody sports. NBA Live 2014. So I'm thinking someone who is pretty big doing in America. I have no idea who the hell that guy was, doing some spoken word rap. Some big basketball dude called Kyrie. I have no idea who the hell he is. Talking about dribbling, which I'm sure a lot of EA Sports fans do all the time. Sorry. But being British, I don't really care about basketball. Not many of us do. We don't really have it here. It's not a big thing. They did say something about ball handling being natural and ball physics. There were so many jokes there. I don't think I need to go into them because ball handling, really? Did you really have to use those words, EA, in that order? Really? You could have gone ball physics. Actually, no, ball physics doesn't even work. Okay, there's no way you could have saved that, EA. You have ball physics in there. Now, whether they'll be transferring that to boobs, I don't know, but Dead or Alive already has that, so we're set. Then some American football game, I'm guessing it's an NFL 14. Again, it's an American sport. The only people who care about American football and NFL are Americans. Probably some people around the world, but on the whole, mostly Americans, so I prefer to call it hand egg. But again, I've basically fallen asleep. And then for those of you who aren't American, who which you Americans call soccer, but we call it football because yours is hand egg. Sorry. FIFA 14, again, kind of fell asleep. Something else about balls. Already so many ball jokes in this. I can't be asked to try and make any more ball jokes. There were loads. A Brit came on he doesn't quite have a sexy accent as mine. He's not quite as southern. He sounds a bit more Cockney. So that's a score or goal or whatever. Next. They're also 3D crowds and stuff. But and then some guy called Bruce and an EA douche and a UFC douche and for 2 lightweight and the heavyweight champions. I have no idea. I don't follow this stuff. So he came on. So the guy from UFC was being a douche and talking about fighting. He was being a douche. So yeah, sometime in 2014, early 2014, late 2013, they're going to be introducing it. You never know. And he was a douche. Pretty simple. Then finally, we now have the Battlefield 4. The gameplay they were trying to show us actual gameplay this time rather than what they did at the Xbox One reveal. We actually got gameplay this time, and I have to say I am genuinely impressed. My notes actually go, and I'm going to take this as quick here: jet ski, skyscraper, explosions, elevator, collapsing building, dubstep. That sums up the entire thing. Basically, their new tune, instead of being it's now close enough. Dubstep version was pretty cool. They've now got their physics engine now is getting insane. To take out a tank or to at least stop a tank from moving, they waited for it to go over a load-bearing beam, blew out the load-bearing beam, and in Battlefield 3 there weren't load-bearing beams. It would have just sat there. In Battlefield 4 with the new physics engine, they blew out the supporting beam and the tank fell through. That's pretty cool. They've also introduced the commander mode again. Now, I loved that in Battlefield 2042, and I think it was in Battlefield 2 as well. I didn't really play Battlefield 2, sorry. But the commander mode, it definitely adds a huge difference in tactics for the game. So I think bringing it back is possibly the best thing they could have done for the franchise. But commander mode now doesn't just work on the console or the PC, it also works on your tablet device, so you can move a commander while not at your PC. You can just be lying on your couch or whatever, doing your commandery thing. It's pretty cool. It's actually genuinely pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Battlefield 4 implements it properly, and if they can actually do it bring it in, amazingly well and smoothly. So, we'll take it easy, see how it goes. We've got a little while to work on it, so we've got end of this year, so we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking it's going to go pretty well. They did show the physics properly in action as well when they managed to take out a building, and instead of the building just going bleep, 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 it actually fell and collapsed and shattered on the ground. So the physics in the game is starting to look actually really good. Jet skis as well. Jet skis, dude. Jet skis. And then the final thing they showed, which again got the crowd going quite happy, and I went yes and started tweeting like mad, and that's Mirror's Edge. They showed Faith without her tattoos getting her tattoos done, so she had her eye tattoo and a sleeve tattoo, and that sleeve tattoo is so awesome. I have to get that at some point. That is such a cool tattoo. And the music was pretty badass as well. Some pretty good music, like a remix of the original Mirror's Edge theme. We didn't see much on the whole. We saw some first-person combat, and then they teased us by saying coming when it's ready, and we have no idea when that is. But mirrorsedge.com is a thing. I may post a link in the description below, just so we can see what's going on. But something tells you that site is going to be inundated right now. Something that did happen while the stream was going. That's all EA was talking about. We have had word as well while that was going on that Accursed Farms, the guys who are doing the Freeman's Mind series, Freeman's Mind is still going, even though we haven't seen an update for quite some time, and we'll hopefully see that. Downside was it was Notch who tweeted this and linked to their site and accidentally killed the site. So damn it, Notch, you had to do that. You had to let everyone know that's still going on. But anyway, that's my recap of EA. I think at the moment between EA and Microsoft, EA are winning. and I'm interested to see how Ubisoft are going to do, because if they show us Watch Dogs and make it look as amazing as it was last year, because it was last year's game of E3, let's be honest, we'll see how it goes for them. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, favourite, subscribe as always, and I will see you again very soon. See you later.